Hey everyone, back with the review. Finally, sorry it's been so long. Life has been kind of crazy, but nonetheless, here I am. So, today I'm reviewing the iPhone 5S from Boost Mobile. This is the 32 gigabyte version, and of course, the white colorway. So, I'm going to do a quick unboxing, really quick, and then I'll get to the review. I opened the box already, as you can see, just for the sake of time. You get your standard issue earpods. As you can see there, you have your wall adapter to charge the phone. You have a pamphlet full of papers, which I took out. They include the SIM card, which is already in the phone, getting started card to let you know what is what on the phone, and you have your Apple stickers. You get 2 of them, and you have warranty information, things of that nature. Here's the box, just in case you wanted to see it. Okay, so now to the main attraction itself, the phone. I'm going to read off some specs and show you what's what on the phone. Okay, so anywho, on the front of the phone you have a home button and fingerprint scanner, which I'll get into later. On the bottom of the phone you have your speaker grill, you have your charging port, and you have headphone jack. On the left hand side of the phone you have your silent key right here, and you have your volume rocker. On the top of the phone there's the power key. On the right hand side of the phone you have your SIM tray. On the rear of the phone you have your camera and your dual flash right there. You have branding. And on the front of the phone you have your front facing camera and earpiece. So, cutting on the phone right away, you have your standard lock screen. You can slide to unlock if you didn't have a passcode, but I do. So here's the home page. It's just apps basically. You have pages of apps. You can add more pages, take away a page if you delete the apps, yada yada. And then on the bottom row you have your main apps that you use most frequently. And you can't change this, but you can't add more than 4. So I'll show you right here. Can't add any apps there. But if you wanted to take one away, you can just slide it and replace it with whatever you wanted to. So that's pretty simple. In your notification window you have notifications, if there were any, your missed notifications like calls, voicemails, and your today view, which gives you the date, weather, stock if you want it up there, and calendar events. So the first thing I want to get into really is the feature that's most talked about with the iPhone 5S, which is the fingerprint scanner. So to get to the fingerprint scanner, you go into settings, you go into Touch ID, enter a passcode, and here you have your fingerprints that you can set up. You can set up multiple accounts if you want to share your phone with somebody or unlock your phone with both hands, etc. And I'm going to show you how to set up an account really quickly. It's very simple. So you just put your finger on the home button and you press repeatedly. And keep pressing. And okay, so now it's going to ask you to adjust your grip so it can make sure it gets a good read on the phone. On the fingerprint. So you just want to press different parts of your finger that you might have not pressed before. And yeah, so now it's set up, so we can test it out. You lock the phone, and let's say you want to open it with the finger you didn't register. it's going to tell you to try again. But if you did register a finger, it'll unlock right away. So overall, as far as safety goes, it's a pretty cool feature. It's reliable. I haven't had it not read my fingerprints at all. Just one time, all the fingerprints reset themselves, which was odd. But it just happened once over the course of having the phone. So overall, I would say it was reliable. It's fairly simple. You don't have to press any buttons or swipe anything to unlock the phone. And I thought it would be gimmicky at first. Turns out it's a pretty useful little feature. So the next thing I'm going to go into is Safari, which is the standard web browser for Apple iPhone, I'm sorry. And yeah, let's open it up. So before I go any further with Safari, I forgot actually to read off some specs really quickly. This phone is of course running iOS 7.1.1, which is the most up-to-date version. It's the screen size is 4 inches and it has a pixel resolution of 640 by 1336. It has an 8 megapixel rear camera, which also shoots video at 1080p at 30 frames per second with a 1.2 front-facing camera, and the front-facing camera shoots 720 video as well. So it's running with the Apple A7 chip, and that's a dual-core processor clocked at 1.3 gigahertz, and it has 1024 gigabytes of RAM. And for memory, it comes in 16, 32, and 64 gigabyte variants. This is, like I said, the 32 gigabyte version, and it has a 1570 milliamp hour battery, which advertises a 10-hour battery life, but that varies depending on how you use the phone. And of course, it comes with 4G LTE, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth 4.0 connectivity. Sorry about that. Anyway, so now that that's out the way, I'll go to a few websites here. And as you can see, here's the keyboard. It's pretty small, but very easy to type on. There's no swipe or anything, but it has auto correction. And yeah, so I'll go to CNET first. As you can see, it's popped up there. And right now I'm on regular 4G LTE. So yeah, still loading. Let me see here. Okay, like I was saying, CNET, reception dropped out on me, so I'm gonna try it again, and I'll try a few more links. So as you can see here, it's kind of slow at this moment because reception just dropped to 3G instead of LTE. Of course, right in the middle of the review, so that's kind of awkward. Sorry for that, guys. I'm going to try to give you an accurate display of the speed here. So I'll click on a few more links to show you around. Let's see. Let's go with best products and cell phones. Okay, well, we got LTE back. So here is the browser and 4G. Great news. So let's go with style and substance. And it's loading up now. And there you have it. So everything is loaded up. Text is pretty sharp, as you can see there. Pictures are very clear. Video playback in the browser is pretty decent. It can get a little choppy at times, but overall, nothing to complain about. Only thing I would complain about is there's no force zoom like there is on Android. Yeah, so the text is pretty small. That might be a downside of the browser, but most pages is pretty reasonable. So yeah, scroll up and scroll down. Most pages you go to on the internet, it loads pretty quickly. And a few more features here. One thing that's great, instead of having to load the page when you're going back, you just swipe back and you're at the last page you were at. So it's pretty cool. And tab browsing, you have incognito mode there. You can add a whole bunch of tabs. And it's like a 3D type view. You can swipe back and forth between your pages you have open. And it's pretty cool. As far as looks go, it's very clean cut. And last feature I'm going to show you is, so if you have your Twitter connected to your phone and somebody tweets a link to a story or a video or anything, it shows up in Safari. It's called shared links, and you can click on that story and it'll pop up right in your browser, which is a pretty cool and convenient feature. But overall, yeah, pretty standard browser. So that's part 1. In part 2, I'm going to cover camera, text, gaming, and everything else I left out. So please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. And now that I'm back, I'll definitely have a lot more products and giveaways and everything in between. So have a good one.